Whatever comes out of it is fine. I gave a big coconut to the temple. What came out is a small coconut. It's okay. So that is the idea. You attain perfection. 3 P's you attain: perfection, purity, and peace. By doing what? By doing everything for God's love. See, this is a simpler fourth version. Look at his understanding. He says, even if you're incapable of this, you can't remember and offer everything to me all the time, then what should you do? अथैदप्य अशक्तोसी कर्तुम मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्म फलत्यागम ततः कुरु यथात्मवान. Fifth lower stage. If you are unable to remember and do everything for my sake all the time perfectly, with purity of intention and all that, don't worry. What you can do, whatever you have done, at the end just give up the results, desire for the result. Sarva karma phaltyagam. That's all you only did. But whatever comes out of it, please don't bother about it. Even then I am okay. This is also a bhakti is saying. You are not doing for God's sake anything. You are doing for your own earning, your own living, your own betterment. But if suppose the results don't come out the way you wanted it, don't get disappointed. Leave it as God's prasadam. This also is bhakti, Krishna is saying. And most of the people fall in this category, if at all they are bhaktas. So this is the last, final, lowest stage of bhakti you can do. Do things for your sake. I want to earn money, I want to get a degree, I want to get a job, I want to have a house, I want to do this, I want to go there, I want to... All these things are fine. At the end of it, whatever you try, if it doesn't come out the way you wanted it, don't get disappointed. Think of it as my prasadam and accept it. Even then you are a bhakta. Look at how lenient Krishna has been in bhakti yoga. So what are the 5 stages has he brought us to? First, nirguna nirakara, right? Which is, you consider God as the one without form and name. That's not possible. Then he brings you to saguna nirakara. He has a form, but actually he is the formless one. We should not forget that. Third, saguna sakara, form, worship, shodashopachara, puja, archana, vandanam, all that stuff. We have Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Vandanam, Archanam, Padasevanam, till here. Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, finally. So he's telling, do any of these things, it's okay. You are not capable of that, you don't have time, you don't know how to do rituals. What should you do next? Whatever actions you're doing, offer it. You remember the story of the farmer? 3 times he remembers Narayana in the whole of the day. Whereas Narada claims to be a greater devotee, when he has a pot of oil to carry, he forgets Narayana, doesn't even remember Narayana once also. Then Narayana says, he is a better bhakta down there. You are the Abhyasa bhakta, continuously chant my name when you have no work to do. But the moment you have work to do, you forget me. Look at that farmer. He is busy with his life's chores, yet 3 times in a day he remembers me. He is good enough a bhakta for me. So that is the idea. He brought it down to Saguna Sakara Bhakti. Then he comes to Nishkama Karma Bhakti. Do karma, but do it for my love. Don't do it for your sake. Why am I raising my children? For God. Why am I working in the college? For God. Why am I treating the patients? For God. Everything is for God. That also is not possible. 4th level. Do whatever you're doing. Why I am working? For earning a salary. Why I am working? To get a promotion. Why I am working? To build a new house. Why I am working? To get some awards and rewards. Fine. But if you don't get an award and reward, if you don't get a salary increment, if you don't get a promotion as you desired, don't get disappointed. Think of it as prasadam and accept it. This is the 5th level of bhakti. That is sakama bhakti. Sakama karma bhakti it is. Beyond that, no bhakti, only bhukti remains. No yoga, only bhoga remains. Then he comes to the next sloka. It's slightly tricky and you must pay attention. Shreyo hi jnana abhyasad jnanat dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagah tyagat shanti anantaram. He says, now what it feels like, the best bhaktas are who can meditate on nirguna nirakara and attain that. Right? That's what it sounds. Second type of bhaktas are those saguna, but they remember he is nirguna. 3, saguna and sakara bhaktas, form and name devotees. Then those who can't even do that, but they do everything for God's sake. 5th, they do for their sake, but at least they are accepting the results as it comes without demanding anything. 5 types. Krishna says, so who is superior? You feel nirguna nirakara is superior. But Krishna says, of all these things, the last ones who can give up the fruits of the actions, they have the easiest way to reach. Then you will say, this makes it a lot of sense, right? You suddenly get encouraged. That I can't go beyond this level, but this level is good enough, Krishna is saying. What he says, Shreyahu jnanam abhyasad. Jnanam means the knowledge. Abhyasa means simply worshipping, ritually worshipping and doing things. Better than this is knowledge that though he is saguna, but he is also Parabrahma. That knowledge should be there. Jnanam abhyasad. Jnana dhyanam vishishyate. Better than that is dhyana. Dhyana means you have become one with that. Dhyeya, dhyana and dhyata. All 3 become one in that state. You can be that too. That is greater. But you are not able to achieve any of the three things. You will say, I am an inferior being. He says, no. Of dhyana also, karma phala tyaga is greater, he is saying. Suddenly he puts the fifth step on the top. All of a sudden, why he is seeing Arjuna sinking in his spirits. No, this birth, not possible. Then he says, don't cry, don't give up too soon. Actually, karma phala tyaga is the best way. All that is good, but this is the best way. He immediately turns the table and favors Arjuna this way. See the sweetness of Krishna, I am saying. Dhyanat karma phala tyaga. Why? Because tyaga shanti arantaram. Because the moment you sacrifice your karma phala, immediately you attain peace. Why are we doing anything in this world, you tell me? Dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti, they say. To avoid sorrow and to attain happiness. But truly what you are trying to do, you are trying to maintain peace. So even if you have happiness, you get excited, your peace is lost. You are always excited. Or if you don't get what you want, you are in sorrowful state, your peace is lost. Ultimately, we want peace. Truth is that we all want peace. That is why we do whatever we do. But we can't attain it easily. You can attain it when you become one with the divinity. You are the very embodiment of peace. Otherwise, the easiest way is what? Karma phala tyagam. I have done my best, leave the rest to God. But without doing the best, don't leave the rest. See, many children are taking it very lightly. They have not done their best. But they say, God is there to protect me. After all, He is the mother, father. God is also no less. If you try to play with fool with God is a better dramatist, He can do better acting than you. So many people don't do their job and then they expect God to take care of everything. It's not right. So karma phala tyaga leads to shanti, is saying. Remember a shloka in Kathopanishad when he says, na virito duscharitat, na ashanto, na samahitah, na ashantamanasu pragyanena mapnuya. Because even the meditator, if he meditates with the demand, I must immediately realize divinity. At the end of the meditation, I must experience some supernatural things. I must have some sensations and siddhis. What has happened to his meditation? It's gone waste. He says, that is why Shankaracharya's commentary was so beautiful. He says, na avirato. Those who don't give up doing bad things, they cannot attain this prajnana. Who else cannot attain duscharita? Who are engaged in bad behavior. 3, ashantaha, whose mind is not at peace. 4, asamahita, whose mind is not focused and concentrated like the previous saguna bhakti or nirguna bhakti people. And those, na ashantamanaso vapi. Then I ask this question, Ashanta Manasa and Ashanta Manasa Vapi. What is the difference, Ashanta and Ashanta Manasa? Ashanta are those who are not at peace in their body, in their actions, in their things, words and deeds. But Ashanta Manasa is the one who doesn't have patience to wait for the realization. He has to want the realization. I said a joke. Somebody is meditating, say, come on, inner peace. Don't have all day. So that kind of meditation doesn't lead you anywhere. Ashanta Manaso Vapi. But if you do a karma phala tyaga, even a yogi, a dhyani, can be at peace. Why? Because he's meditating for the sake of meditating. He's not meditating because he has to have a realization at the end of the day. He's okay. Krishna said, no, in his own time, he will do. In fact, he will not delay when the time comes. Achirat partha. Immediately he will do when the time comes. But he waits for the time. So he says, if you do that, even then you can attain me, you can attain peace. Only a peaceful mind is capable of meditation. Only a meditative mind is capable of connecting to God. Only a connected mind is capable of realizing God. So peace is the prerequisite, right, for spiritual growth. So he says, karma phala tyaga will give you peace. So spiritual endurance is tested only when you are put through the drill. Sit in one corner in a cave, nobody to disturb you, you do not. That doesn't mean that you have grown spiritually. That spiritual peace is fake. Real peace is in the midst of a complicated operation. Everything is going wrong. The blood pressure is out of control. The sugar is falling. The patient is not breathing. Even then you are maintaining calm and peace and taking the right decisions. Then only the operation will be successful. Suppose doership creeps in. Suppose enjoyership creeps in. You will make wrong decisions. So peace is so important for right decisions. And who will get peace? Not the dhyani, not the yogi, not the bhakta, but the karma phala tyagi will get peace, Krishna is saying. How nice, isn't it? But it is something to be practiced. It's not easy to give up the results of the action because we have the doership very strongly in us. We want to enjoy the result. We want to take the credit for it. We want to feel good that we did it. But actually, in heart of hearts, secretly, stealthily, we are enjoying the credit. We are enjoying the praise. We are enjoying the acknowledgements. Don't tell me it doesn't happen. It does happen. But then if you are a very alert being, alert devotee will say, hey, mind, don't do this. See, you're secretly stealing the credit. You're secretly enjoying it. Not right. Give it up. Idea is that be honest to God. You are not devoted, tell you I am not devoted. You are not disciplined, tell God I am not disciplined. You are not capable of this meditation, tell God you are not capable of meditation. But sincerely, with Shraddha, ask Him for help. Ask Him for help to improve. That improvement should be there. No, that effort should be there. That is bhakti also. Krishna says that is also okay. You are a selfish fellow. You only want to study for your marks. You want to earn for your sake. But if you don't get the results as you desire, don't get disappointed. Think of it also as my prasadam and accept it. Even then I will consider you as a bhakta. How can be any God more lenient than this, you tell me? So this is Krishna. But now don't go and settle down with the last stage, saying that anyway this is permitted. No, from this you have to rise to this ultimate stage of Nirakara Nirguna. No, this is not the final stage. This is a primary school. From here you have to go all the way to graduate. That is why it is important for you to know what stages you must go through, and you must analyze yourself which stage you are in right now. You are selfish, but you are able to accept the results. At least some progress is there. You are not selfish anymore. Everything you do for God's sake, also accept the results. One stage above. You are not selfish, you accept everything. Also do everything for God's sake only. For no other sake. You are even better. Then you always remember God at all times, in all places, unfortunately as a name and form, as a Sadguru, as Baba, as Shiva, as Rama. Okay. You're not able to understand the Nirguna form. You still love the form. It's okay. At least you remember, try to remember that is Nirguna also. Then you slowly raise to rise, you have no attachment to name and form. With this, half of the Bhakti Yoga comes to an end. Because here is where Krishna says, this is how you develop bhakti for me. If you can't do anything, just sacrifice the fruits of all your actions and accept everything as divine will. And that's how you will be able to still develop bhakti for me. Here onwards, there are almost 40 qualities that Krishna talks about, that bhakta should develop, approximately 40. And these qualities are something that you can study for yourself. Actually, these are all things which have been spoken any number of times by Baba, by me, by so many saints and sages across centuries. It is nothing new. I'm quickly go through it, but I expect you people to sit down and meditate. At the end of this chapter, I want you all to pick up one quality. See, I'm not demanding more. Pick up any one quality and make it your lifetime sadhana. I'm sure some of the qualities you might already be practicing it at most of the time. But this is for kids and all the other younger generation people who are just started on this path. Pick any one of these 40 qualities. Imagine a multiple choice. Nobody gives you this. In a question paper, multiple choice will have at least either answer A or B. And most of the time, if you are greatly unfortunate, both will be those which you have not studied. You lost 20 marks there. But here, he is giving 40 multiple choice. First, try, you don't know the answer. Second, no answer. Third, in 40, anyone you pick up and do it right, you pass the exam. This is the leniency of Krishna. So I'll quickly go through these shlokas. Very simple, all these qualities you know. Please sit and meditate. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna evacha. Adveshta doesn't have hatred for anybody. Why? He sees divine in all. Sarvabhutanam. Enemy, friend, all are equal. Maitraha, he is friendly to all. Karuna, always compassionate. Nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukhakshami. Nirmama, no attachments towards anything. No bad attachments. Good attachments towards God is important. No bad attachments. Where your thinking gets clouded, your peace gets destroyed. Not such attachment. Nirahankaraha, no ego. Ahamkara, mamakara. These are the two big problems. No ego. They are very humble. All great people are very humble. Nirahankara. In fact, Saint Francis was asked, why were you chosen for this mission? Now, I'm answering a question indirectly. And Saint Francis's answer was that, God wanted to show how powerful he is. He was looking for the most wretched fellow, and he found me. That is how I am in the mission. And through me, he achieved so much. Through you, he can achieve much more. So that is the idea of nirahankaraha. Samadukha sukha kshami. Always samadukha sukha. Good, bad, both he accepts as God's will only. Kshami, and forgives. If somebody does anything wrong to him, forgives them. From the Arya Samaj, Dayanand Saraswati ji Swami was poisoned by his own cook. And before he was dying and he realized the cook had poisoned him, it seems, he bought him a ticket to the flight to Nepal and told that you escape from here before I die, otherwise these people are going to kill you. This is heights of compassion to those who have harmed you. But forgiveness, to forgive is divine, to err is human, as they say. Divine qualities are about forgiveness. And santushtaha, always satisfied. Whatever comes, happy with it. No demands. I need more, I need less, and things like that. Whatever God has given, happy. Satatam yogi, always in the state of this yoga. It means always connected to God in the mind. Yata Atma, always putting efforts. You may slip, but you again put the efforts and get back. Dhrudha Nishchaya, with determination. Try meditation, doesn't work, give up. No. Keep trying, till you get it. Dhrida Nishchayaha. Mayarpita Mano Buddhihi. Mind and Buddhi are completely dedicated to me. Mad Bhaktaha worships me. Same Priya. Such a devotee is dear to me. These are only 11 or 12 qualities here. Pick up any. Adveshta. Sarvabhutanam. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. Together it is. Adveshta Eka Bhutanam, Dvibhutanam nahi. Sarvabhutanam. Maitraha Karunaya. Pick up any of these things. This is the beauty of this chapter. Next is Yasman no dvijate loko, lokan no dvijate chayaha, harsha marsha bhayoddvega, mukto ya sachame priya. The one who does not trouble others, does not agitate others, and also is not agitated or troubled by others. See, you can choose not to trouble others. Why? Because you are a devotee, you are a good person, you don't want to harm anyone. But how do you ensure that others don't trouble you? Because they are not devotees still. They may not be even at the 5th level, they may be 6th, 7th, 9th, 10th. What do you do then? The answer to this is, if you have true faith in your divinity or in the God that you worship, whatever troubles come, you'll take it also as blessings in disguise. Kunti, she says to Krishna, no, give me troubles, where I remember you during troubles. Otherwise, I don't remember you. So that also is yours. So if others trouble you, you still take it in the right spirit, and something you learn. Still can find peace in disturbing situations. Harsha, Amarsha, Bhaya, Udvega, Mukto, Ya Sachame Priya. Harsha, excitements, oh, something goes your way, you get excited. Amarsha, some kind of jealousy. You didn't get that, somebody else got it, you are jealous, especially students in their classrooms or sports field. Udvega, excitement, excitement or anxiety. Muktaha, or bhaya, fear of losing or not getting what you want. He is free from all these. Such a person is dear to me. Next one. Anapeksha Shuchir Jaksha Udasino Gatavyataha Sarvaramba Parityagi Yomat Bhakta Samepriya. Please do so. Anapekshaha. No expectations from anybody. Unconditional love. You show love, don't expect anything in return. Patient you treat, the patient doesn't turn around and say thank you. Don't go after him saying you don't have this, not required. You do your job unconditionally, automatically love or whatever is supposed to come back from it will come back to you. Anapekshaha. No false expectations, no demands, no conditions. 2. Shuchihi, purity inside and outside. Keep your campuses clean, your body is clean, your mind is clean, your antaranga clean. Keep your surroundings clean. This is Shuchi, Antarabahi, both Shuchi I am expecting. Then Dakshaha, very capable. I am very noble but not able. What use are you to anybody? Very good person but capable of doing nothing. Give him anything, he will destroy it. What use? Dakshaha, you should be also capable, very, very perfect in whatever you do. Udasino, yet you should be indifferent to whatever the results are. Praise, blame, good, bad, you're udasina, you're not attached to it. Gatavyataha, anything that comes, anything that happens wrong or right, let it pass, let it go. That is the attitude. You don't get stuck there. Most of us are either living in the past or living in the future. We don't have time to live in the present. But Gatavyata is, let go, bygone is gone, that's it. Past is past. Let us concentrate on what needs to be done today. Sarva Aramba Parityagi gives up all initiation. Now you people will think, good, no projects anymore, no more headache, no more burden, no more initiations. No, Sarva Aramba Parityagi means you don't feel that you are initiating, you are the doer. Divine has ordained, divine has willed, therefore this has to be done. It is not because you wanted to do it and get some credit out of it, it was your personal idea. You wanted to prove it. No such false ideas. Sarvaramba Parityagi. He does everything, yet he says everything is being done. I am not the doer. Remember Mundaka Upanishad? Atma Krida, Atma Rati Kriyavan. Esha Brahmavidam Varishtaha. They are always absorbed in the selves. Whether they open the eyes or close the eyes, they are always reveling in the self. At the same time, they are super active. But they are not the doers. Na kartasi, na bhoktasi, mukta evasi sarvada, Ashtavakra says. You are neither the doer nor the enjoyer. They are alone Sarvaramba Parityagi. Otherwise, in any department who start one new initiative, you want all the credit for it. If it doesn't go, people don't follow. You are, not at peace. You destroy everybody's peace. Aramba Parityagi. He doesn't initiate. It comes to that person in a deep state of communion with the divine, with the pure thought. Such a person is dear to me. So let me repeat this. Anapeksha, unconditional love and service over here. Selfless love and service. 2. Shuchihi, absolute cleanliness of inside and outside. Udasin, Dakshaha, very capable. If you don't know how to do it, learn. Be humble. Ask somebody, learn and do it right. Don't have the ego to, I will do whatever I learn. I know. No, learn from others. You should be ever learning. There is a saying, if you have graduated today and stop learning tomorrow, you will be uneducated the day after. This is what you should be. Udasino, absolutely detached. Do everything and drop. And you have to ask this question to yourself every day. If you want to know whether you are really spiritually matured, you should have lost the fear of death. That is the best way of testing. Yona rishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manya same priyaha. He doesn't get excited when good things happen, doesn't get sorrowful when things don't work out. Na dveshti, doesn't get angry and hate people because they didn't listen or do wrong. And na kankshati, nor desires for anything for himself or selfishly desires for the welfare of the world. No problem with that. But even in then, no rishyati, na dveshti, na kankshati, all that. Then Shubha Shubha Parityagi, the idea of good and bad is all gone from such a person's life. This Punya Papa is gone. Why am I doing Seva? I must earn some Punyam. I'll enjoy the Swarga. Nachiketa's father. No. Punya Papa, it doesn't exist. Why? There is no doership. There is no enjoyership. Everything that you do is for God's love. Where is the question of Punya Papa attaining? Because even if you do Punya, you have to enjoy the results of it. You can't escape. So Sarva Karma Phalatyagam is the best way. See again Krishna's way of saying it is the right way. Bhakti manya samepriya. Such a person with bhakti is mine. Next shloka 18-19 is Samashatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh shitoshna sukha dukkeshu samah sangha vivarjitah tulya ninda sutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa asthir matir bhaktiman me same priyo naraha. That person is dear to me who has these qualities. What? He treats enemies and friends as equal. Best example is Krishna himself. He killed a lot of enemies, but again he killed with love. A patient with a gangrene foot comes, doctor cuts the foot, not out of cruelty, out of love. Patient may have lost a leg, but at the end he has been saved by the doctor. So, love only should be your intention behind everything. In Mahabharata it comes, I read that Vidura Niti says, Tyajet Purusham Kulasyarte Gramasyarte Kulam Tyajet Gramam Janapadasyarte Atmarte Pratim Tyajet. Give up, you can sacrifice an individual for the family, family for the community, community for the world, and world for God. So ultimately that hierarchy of decision making should be in you. Then no mitra, no shatru. You don't favor somebody, you don't punish another. You do because it has to be done. That is niti. You do. This is the right thing to do. So you do it irrespective. So they are not having enemies and friends. Mana, apamana is also not there. Praise or blame. Or somebody is insulting you or somebody praising you. Both don't exist. You are like an empty space. Whatever they throw, it just passes through. It doesn't come back. It doesn't bounce back. Why? No ego. The wall of ego does not exist. They throw flowers, goes through. They throw bricks, goes through. So that is the kind of bhakta he must be. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu treats Shita Ushna, heat and cold, Sukha and Dukkha. Heat and cold he treats equally. It doesn't mean that he doesn't feel heat and cold. He feels, but he doesn't complain about things, He accepts the nature's law, the situations, and lives with it. Does not complain and try to, make itself miserable. Sukha dukkeshu, same way, samaha, equal, sangha vivarjitaha, does not have any unnecessary attachment. Like Arjuna had attachment to his grandfather and he started giving excuses. We should not fight our father, grandfather, guru and all that. That was not niti. That was his attachment. So sangha vivarjitaha, tulya ninda sutir mauni. You do praise him, you blame him, he is equal. Because I am what I am, you are what you are. This is our truth. Why should somebody validate it? We don't need anybody's approval. We are what we are doing the right thing, let us keep doing, let people say what they want. Mauni, we kept quiet, it has really paid us off well. It has saved us a lot of headache, unnecessary trouble. So such a person remains quiet. Too much doesn't talk. But Mauni does not mean he is always quiet. Some people take this Maunavratam and harass and torture everybody around them. Speak when it is necessary and speak only as much necessary. Don't speak unnecessarily. This is Mauna. This is Maunam. Don't do unnecessary things. So, samyak vak, that's all. Speak correctly what is needed, not more, not less. Speak appropriately. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, satna bruyat, satyam apriyam. Simple rules. Aniketaha, santushto yona kenachit. Very important. He is happy in somehow. Give him full chapati, he is happy. Half chapati has come, other half he will drink water and be happy. Quarter has come, he'll eat half a quarter chapati and drink 3/4 water and be happy. That is the attitude of this person. In all situations, is okay. I'm okay. That I always tell, like water, fits everywhere. No conditions, no demands. Aniketa, he has no home, he's homeless. So all homeless are devotees? No. What it means is that he doesn't consider this as his home. This world is not our home. God's place is our home. Divinity is our home. We are paradesi, we call it here. We are in a foreign land. That is his idea. Honestly, does not attach himself to properties and places and people. Sthirmatir, always his mind is in steady state, not devoted extra when he has been praised and given boons, not getting angry and loses devotion when things are not his way. So such a person is Priyo Naraha, that person is dear to me. And final shloka, Ye tu dharmamritam idam yathoktam paryupasate shraddadana matparma bhaktaste ativa me priyaha. These are all dear devotees, but the dearest devotees are who, this last shloka tells, those who dharmamritam, this is the nectar of dharma. What is dharma? Dharayati the dharma. That which protects you, that which holds you, that which provides for you, that which supports you, that is dharma. Bhakti's dharma is Krishna has taught today. A dharma of a bhakta he has taught us today. What is dharma of the Bhagavan? Ananya Chintayanto Ma, Yejana Paribha, Tesham Nityavyukta. All that is Krishna's dharma. What is our dharma? Have you ever asked? Swami is supposed to do all this for us. What are we supposed to do for Swami? Ask not what Swami can do for you. Ask what you can do for Swami. That is Bhakta's dharma. When you come to Swami, you come with the question. What is the question? What else can I do for you? How else I can be a better devotee? What else I can do for you? This is the question you should ask. Not come with the hidden question behind. What else you can do for me? How else can you help me? No, that is not dharma. Dharma amritam nidam. This is dharma of a bhakta. How a bhakta ought to behave, ought to be. This is his dharma. Only then you will be called a bhakta. Like fire's dharma is to burn. If it can't burn, it can't be called fire. Unless a bhakta manifests these qualities, he is not a bhakta. Don't claim yourself to be bhakta. God should call you bhakta. Yathoktam paryupasate. Who are those who follow this dharma as it has been intended and said? As it has been intended by me. No, your intention and God's intention sometimes don't match. I may mean something, you understand something else because you have clouded mind. But his mind is connected with God. Yached vang manasi prajna. His mind and God's mind is one. So yathoktam, as God Krishna has intended and said, that is exactly how that bhakta is going to follow. Paryupasate. In the right way, he will practice it. Shraddha dana, with great shraddha. Not out of force, not out of obligation, not out of doership, not out of enjoyership, not out of any desire to gain proximity, closeness, nothing. Shraddha. Just out of sincere faith, he will follow mat parma. Why? Because I am the supreme most for such a person. Nobody is greater than me in his or her life. I and I alone am the greatest. Everyone is after me only. That's why I say, make God your priority and he will take care of everything. Nobody should replace God in your life. Such a devotee, ativa me priya, he is really, really dear to me. Ativa me priyaha. May you become such a devotee and achieve that praise from the lips of the Lord. And it may not happen physically, but within your heart you can feel that God is really loving me more. Why? Because the more you love, God loves you, the more you will be able to love God. It is God's love only which is reflecting from your heart. Some students say, can't develop devotion for Swami. I don't know what's wrong. Practice some of this and see, devotion will come, love for Swami will come. And Swami's love for you also will grow. And it is like self-fulfilling, This will perpetuate that. And this is how it becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. It is a mutual thing. And so I will close again with Narada Bhakti Sutra's final comments. When you become such a bhakta, what happens? Of course, you have gained the dearness of the Lord. What great achievement is that? To find God ultimately, to attain God is the greatest achievement in life. And how do you attain God? Not by you going. He has to come to you. He has to reveal. Yamayvesha vrundate tena labhyaha. Tasyaisha atma vrundate tanum swami. He has to reveal himself to you. Do what you want. 99 things you can do, but that one last thing he alone has to do to make sure that you get him. So become a dear devotee, you will become a near devotee. And Narada says such persons, tirthi kurvanti tirthani, sukarmi kurvanti karmani, satshastri kurvanti shastrani, tanmayaha, modante pitaro nrityanti devata, sanatha chayam bhuvavati. What do they do? Tirthas become more sacred. Sacred places become more sacred by the presence of such a devotee. actions become more pure by when they are performed by such a devotee. Shastras find true meaning. Such Shastra, they become in the manifestation of the virtues of those Shastras in these devotees. Tanmaya, because they are filled with Him, they are filled with the divinity, suffused, completely filled with the divinity. So they make sacred places more sacred. Muddanalli can be even more sacred if each of you turns into a devotee like this. All our work will become even better work if each of you work the way Krishna wants you to. If each of these teachings that I am teaching or you are reading will truly find its purpose and meaning and fulfillment for those authors of those great texts only if we start practicing them like it has been mentioned here. Why? Because we'll become suffused with that divinity, Tanmayaha. And what will happen? Modante Pitru. All our ancestors will rejoice. Such a person was born in my lineage. How blessed I am. Nrityanti Devata. Gods will dance in joy. Why? God's job is to protect the world, care for the world, nourish the world. Now we are all doing God's job. So we are also becoming gods in the process. So they are rejoicing. We have extra pair of hands to do our work in this world. And Sanatha Chayam Bhubhavati. How beautiful. Earth feels protected. Otherwise it feels orphaned. Earth feels sheltered and protected by these kind of people. These kind of devotees. Sarvabhuta Ite Rata devotees. Imagine how many children are feeling protected under our institutions' umbrella. How many girls, boys are getting education, health. How many mothers are getting nutrition. Today more hospitals are opening. So truly it feels like as if the Bharat Mata is feeling protected. This earth is feeling protected. This world is feeling protected under the love and compassion, the umbrella of love and compassion of these bhaktas. Isn't it true? Literally we can feel these texts happening in front of our eyes. And we are not just witness, we are the participants. We are the very reason why these scriptures are finding fulfillment in today's world. And Sanatha, this really touched me, Sanatha. The earth feels all the society, or the people in the society, especially the marginalized, the weaker sections, feel protected, feel there is somebody to look after them. They don't feel orphaned. Survival of the weakest, as I was saying, that happens. And then Satarati, Salokan Starayati. That person who becomes a devotee like this, he crosses over and he helps others also cross over. Hundreds of boats to carry hundreds more people across. Right? One boat can carry so many, hundreds of boats can carry much more. This is our tribute to our Bhagavan. To become true bhakta, follow the dharma of a bhakta, pick up any of these 40 qualities and please make it your life's purpose. And let me tell you, there is a trick. Actually, these 40 are not 40 different qualities. There are only one quality manifesting in 40 ways. If you pick up any one, all others will start manifesting within you. And that is the beauty of Bhakti Yoga. Please pay attention. Do this assignment. This is a practical assignment, not a theoretical, where you must go back, pick up any of these quality and try hard to practice it. I'm not going to be disappointed if you fail while you practice, but I'll be very disappointed if you don't even try. Try and fail, and try again and fail again, and try again and again and fail again and again, and finally succeed. That is our way. Drida Nishchayaha. Don't give up. That is the way of a true bhakti. Beautiful Telugu poem. Pattina dedayo pattane pattitivi, pattina gedu daka atte undu. Korina dedayo kodire koritivi, korika chelledu daka kolachi undu. Talichina dedayo talichine talichitivi, talapatiredu daka taralakundu. Adigina dedayo adigine adigitivi, adigina tiru daka vidavakundu, he says. Don't give up. That is the answer. That is not the way of the Poru padaleka tanena brovalayo, vadala taliyaka nivena kadalavayo, ante gani bhakti. మధ్యలో ఆపివేసి తిరిగిపోవుట భక్తుని దీక్ష కాదు. Giving up halfway and returning is not the way of a devotee. Achieving what you have set out to achieve is the way of the devotee, and until you achieve, don't give up. This is what Swami says. This is what we must follow in our lives. Don't give up. Don't give up becoming the bhakta that is ativa me priya, that is the dearest, not just dear won't work, dearest of all. Follow this dharma of bhakta, be a true bhakta, attain this wisdom in this life while time is there. And you are very blessed because you are in a sacred place, in sacred environments, under the sacred shelter of a sacred guru and the divine master. Therefore, this is the best time, place and situations in which you can become true bhakta. Bless you that you will take all these words very seriously. With Shraddha, you will practice it, you will attain it, and you will become the dearest devotee of the Lord. With these words, I conclude. This is enough for Bhakti Yoga.